Home screen. Function screen. Text to speech unavailable. Home screen. The playroom.
Let's see if that one works. Oh, I did leave something off. All right, we still have to add this.
What up?
Hello, Kimosabi. What is the good word? I'm doing a minor test. I figure I'd show it off a little bit. And let's see if it does what it's supposed to do. Or if I still have a bug in there. Yeah, I still got a bug in there. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. So you guys are pretty much seeing the same board over and over and over at the moment. And I apologize for that. But I got to do a test to see how this thing looks. Why are you renamed? You're... Oh, why are you using the wrong thing? 6.3 should go there. 6.4 should go there. I hope. Only those are both in the wrong spot. Let's see if that one worked. Yeah, I don't usually broadcast when I'm working on stuff, but I figure why not tonight. So you can see, guys can see how many times I gotta go back and forth and all that on these things to... Ah, wrong button. So you guys can see how many times I actually have to go back and forth and test these over and over and over and so on. Put together. As you can see, it's the same board over and over and over. Cool, HBK. Like I said, I knew it was going to get there either this week or late next week. I knew it'd be there on one of the two. I knew it'd be there either today or Monday. Because like I said, they said 5 to 7 days. Like I said, after this test, I will be pulling up the pregame episode to let that run. And that one's still not right. Oh, there it goes. Close enough. Providing the last one does appear. Yes! I am a very happy camper. The pregame one is working. Or I should say the title screen is working. Oh, I got a transition in there I don't want. Damn it. Transitions. Let's turn that off. Getting ready to get started, HBK. I was basically doing about a 5 to 10 minute example of what I have to put up with when I'm testing these for you guys. That was pretty much what that was. But I am getting ready to pull up the pregame stuff in 1 minute. I'm going to take that out because I don't want to run the title logos things right now. And wrong drive. Wrong drive.
Wits list is tonight, right?
Yep. Tonight is the list. But ladies and gentlemen, it is 3 minutes to airtime. 3 minutes. Hey, Sam, what's a good word? But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am moving the show back to 7 o'clock. Mr. Hibiki, what's the good word, man?
Professor.
Kind of realized after Saturday's broadcast, because I started late, or no, yeah, Saturday's broadcast, because I started late, I literally had 7 people in the first 10 minutes, if even that long. And by the time I got started, with the game, it was like everybody was gone because it was already like 9:45. So we don't have to worry about Doctor Who getting in the way anymore. Which means I am going to start moving things back to where I wanted them. Which is
This is going perfect.
7
Listen
to...
to Quad, any color you like. Quad, from Pink Floyd 39's Dark Side of the Moon Lab.
Ah, see? If you're listening to Dark Side of the Moon, you need to be playing Wizard of Oz somewhere. At least that's what the story says. No, it's fine, Mr. Hibiki. It was something I've been wanting to do. It was something I've been wanting to do, is basically move it back. Because with the late hour, A, I'm pushing to try to get done before I head off to bed so that I can get up and go to work the next morning. And B, it was like nobody was getting on because of the time thing. And it's something I had realized some time ago, but I have certain things that I obligate to myself, which is the Doctor Who stuff and trying to get things done, getting home from the office. Because I figured I'd need about 2 hours of prep time. And I'm not getting home till like right at 6 o'clock. Well, I got home Thursday, I think, and I didn't have anything to prep. Or no, I had something to prep, and I actually got it done, the prep work I was doing, in like 20 minutes. So I'm upstairs, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for 7:30 to roll around to get on and start doing the broadcast prep. And it was at that point, I'm just like, as long as I get home at 6 o'clock, I don't need more than an hour to get ready. I really don't. An hour's good. An hour gives me time to try to work on some stuff beforehand and go from there. So the 8 o'clock starting time was late. The other thing was, Tuesday night, because I haven't been in Money Stream in for ages. So my goal was to get on at 7, get done by 9, and then go jump over and see what Money was doing. Well, Tuesday turned into a disaster because basically 10 minutes into the broadcast, I get a call from the office, and I spend the next 6 hours working on a work issue. And it was a disaster of a night, basically, for a broadcast. I have done everything but delete the video, and I still might, simply because it's basically I'm sitting there with one screen up for 15, 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden I just turned it off, and I didn't have a choice. Not to mention there was part of my work call on the video. So I'm not thrilled with what happened. So it's one of those boards where it's marked as used, but I'm probably going to bring it back at some point and reuse it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. See, I gotta get used to that. It is 7 o'clock. It is time for List Wits. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the only live interactive television game show network on live from PlayStation. I can't say that about YouTube, obviously, because we get a lot of viewers on YouTube. We got a lot of shows on YouTube, including the Buzzer channel, including the Wheels on Genius guys, and so on and so forth. So I can't say I'm the only game show network on anymore. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight is sort of a makeup for Tuesday night. Tuesday night was going to be my test broadcast for the Russian roulette game. And like I said, I got hit with a work call 20 minutes into the broadcast. And it was because I think Bobby had just jumped in and he said hi. And right as Bobby said hi, I shut the stream down. So Bobby, if you're watching, I apologize. I wasn't ignoring you. It was just one of those things, one of those nights where I tell you guys I will broadcast on except for three things: an act of God, an act of wife, or an act of work. Well, I got hit with the act of work Tuesday night. And like I said, I basically, after I got logged off the broadcast like at 7:22, I think, I did not get the work issue taken care of till 12:30 in the morning. That's how long of a night it was for me. And get my YouTube channel caught up. There we go. And ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at on the screen is the wall. And what the wall is basically part of the Only Connect game. It's the British game show. It's probably, I've said it before, is my all-time favorite. It is probably the hardest game I know of where I like the rules. I am not a fan of eggheads. That game bores me to tears. Sorry, Brit fans, it just does. I don't get enough people on to do 15 to 1, although I'm hoping, and I use this word loosely, I'm hoping with the move back to the 7 o'clock hour and the game starting about 7:15, 7:20, that I won't have that problem with not having people on that are not participating. The thing that got me was Saturday night, we had HBK on and we had Turtle on, and basically they were my only two participating players. And I really wanted to get a full run of the Panel Attack 25 game on. And it just did not go well. HBK was doing stuff, so he wasn't there in all attention. And a couple people dropping in and out. They wouldn't say anything, they just drop in and drop out. I had one guy participate for one question. He didn't get it right. I never heard from him again. So yeah, that was part of the reason for the moves. And the other big part was, again, I haven't watched Money in like 3 to 4 weeks minimum, because I'll always be broadcasting on Tuesday, and by the time I get done, it's already 11 o'clock. And I got to get to bed, and I can't catch Money. I've been missing Ron Mexico's broadcast. Same thing. It was like Saturday night. I start broadcasting. I don't get done till 11 or midnight, and I'm too exhausted to actually sit up and watch Ron other than drop in and say hi to him. I don't get to watch Slime After Hours when they broadcast. Who else was it? Then there's others that I used to watch late night that I have just not had the chance to do because my time slot screwed up my viewing. So I'm hoping with the move back to 7, I get home in plenty of time from the office. I get the hour prep work. We get in. We get a good game show in. We get a lot of participants. And then we're out of here at 9:30-ish. Hopefully max per night. Maybe 10 on occasion. We will see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, right now what you have in front of you are 16 words and phrases. They all fit into 4 groups of 4. Each one has a various topic. So, for instance, if you think dancing, preacher, Gauguin, and inch are 4 words that go into one topic, that's your first group. It may or may not be right. I will never tell until I give you the final answer. On occasion, I'll be nice and like pop your choices up in color so you guys can narrow it down a little bit. But usually what I will do is I'm going to leave this up to broadcast, leave this up as the one of the pre-games. I'm working on a couple of others that are taking some time and effort. Oh, I keep forgetting it's reversed. And that's not going to work. Damn. That's not going to work because the chair spins and I may have to use the stool that Bubbles gave me from upstairs because that doesn't spin. But yeah, like I said, it's like I gotta find the slot that works for the show, for me, for my habits, and so on and so forth. What will probably happen is I may just forego the Saturday night shows. I don't want to. I may. It all depends on how things work. I may like bump the Saturday shows to Sundays. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Or I may just sit back and do Doctor Who on DVR and go from there. But like I said, no Doctor Who this week, so it's time to start working on the time slots. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are here, and hopefully there are some of you on the channel watching and enjoying me just talking about absolutely nothing. Right now it shows 4 on the web page list, and I don't even look at the chat line comments anymore, which is probably the one thing I probably need to put back on. I just have a feeling that's the one thing I need to put back on. Even though I've got the text-to-speech going, and I don't have people talking with one another. And the reason I'm thinking this is because I got a few team game ideas lined up where you're going to be playing in teams of 2 or 3. So I may bring the chat comments back in. I don't know yet 100% for sure. Because I do like the fact that the full screen is on me, it's on the game, and that's it. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Like I said, I've been told my bonus check is in, my Christmas bonus check is in. So I got to figure out what I'm buying Bubbles for Christmas. And then I get whatever's left over from the Christmas check. I'll probably pay a bill or 2 and then have fun with the rest. I don't know. Like I said, I do know I'm going to be going to the toy show Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see what I pick up. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of screwy. Because, like I said, I do know that the web page doesn't keep a regular count. It basically gives you when you get to the max number, and that's where it stops, and it doesn't give an active count. I've been trying to find one, but it doesn't give me one. I'm trying to find one, but it doesn't give me one. One other thing with the new year rolling around that I'm considering doing is I'm going to get away from the laptop from the office and go into the home PC one. Because like I said, I don't put anything on the computer. But I got to get Microsoft Office put on here because I tested off air. I have Open Office on the home PC, Microsoft Office on the laptop for the work that's used for the work, and the Open Office software for presentations is horrible. I took one of my simplest games. I took The Vault. because it's basically all I have to do is remove numbers from the screen. And I opened it up in ODT, and it's like all the numbers that are already off in PowerPoint, I can't get to reappear. So I would basically have to rebuild the entire vault, and I am not a fan of that one. A ring. You lost me on that one, HBK. You lost me on that one. Speaking of which, I still got five packages of prizes to go out. I forgot to bring one of the boxes from the office that might be able to hold one of these. So if Kimber is watching, or if she catches it after the broadcast, I'm getting closer to getting yours out. Orange is out. Who do I have up there? Mangoose. Mangoose should, I use the word should, be going out Saturday for sure. Because I got a box, everything fits. It's bigger than I wanted to use. But at least I know everything fits in it. So we will have to see how that goes. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got a few more minutes, so I'm going to leave the wall up. I will be back momentarily. So you guys try to figure out what the 4 groups of 4 are that are on the wall. And with that, I will be back in a couple of moments. I'm going to turn some music up for you on this silly thing. And I shall be back shortly. Oh, I thought I'm sitting there like a ring. Is he trying for the 4-letter word or not? Oh, I don't want to step away. I'm going to move the chair out of the way and put the message up. If it's readable. I don't even know if that's readable in this light. Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Something I had to take care of. At least on the upstairs side. Oh, but we are at 15 minutes in. So we're going to give it another 5 minutes on the wall. I haven't seen any guesses on the wall. And then we will get started with the list. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for 4 groups of 4 items that are here on the screen. So for instance, if you think dancing, preacher, Gauguin, and inch, those are the 4 items you have to give me. Alright, HBK, well the question is, which of those 4 are Clint Eastwood's? Which of those 4 are Clint Eastwood?
Hey,
Hi, Bubbles.
Hi, Bubbles.
So you think there are 4 Clint Eastwoods. You got to tell me which 4 you think are Clint Eastwood. There are 4 entire groups of 4 up there. So yeah, because you could say, because there are certain words that can fit in multiple categories. For instance, let's see. I'm trying to think of one I can say without. For instance, if we were doing professional wrestlers, not sure. Hey, Alicia, how we doing? What we are looking for are 4 groups of 4. So basically, there are 16 words up here. 4 words make up one group. Then another 4 words make up another group. So for for instance, if you think
famous people.
You gotta be a little more specific, Mr. Hibiki. So for instance, if you think, I gotta see if I've got one that fits. Because I only have, so let's just say for instance, you think, and I'll use David's example, you think Private Kelly, Harry Callahan, Luther Whitney, and I'm not sure which other one he thinks is Clint Eastwood.
Giamatti.
All right, Bubble says Giamatti. If those are the 4 Clint Eastwood ones, they cannot be in the other 3 groups. So, for instance,
Harry Callahan, Private Kelly, Preacher doesn't.
All right, there we go. Harry Callahan, Private Kelly, Preacher, and dozen. So HBK says those are the 4 that are Clint Eastwood. Now, if you guys agree or disagree, that's up to you. What's left may or may not make up another group of 4. So, for instance, we have, and I'll just pick one, Luther Whitney, Giamatti, Hogan, and the color is wrong on that. Unfortunately, I didn't change the color like I thought I had changed the color.
And Revere.
Bubbles says those 4 make a group. That means those other 8 words left have to make 2 other groups. And so on and so forth. So again, HBK says that Clint Eastwood is Private Kelly, Preacher, Dozen, and Harry Callahan. If somebody else throws one up there that takes one of those off, then you realize you've got a word that fits 2 categories. So, and I don't have the example one up. I probably could have used the one from yesterday up, since Emery's isn't here, and Emery's is pretty much the only person that saw the Tuesday broadcast. Well, that's because, like I said, I started at 7. I got the phone call at 7:20.
Yeah. Everything went
haywire.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hibiki, just as an example, you give me famous people. Which 4 do you think are the famous people in your category, the one that you chose? Which 4 of those 16 or 12, if you agree with HBK, are the quote-unquote famous people? Now, normally, like I said, this usually works better when I got lots of options, because then you guys see what each other are guessing. But HBK just basically. So we have Hogan, Walker, Giamatti, and Revere. So, if you guys are in agreement on those two categories, you got to come up with 2 more categories for the last 8 words. Like I said, I apologize for the text color. That was a screw up on my part. I thought I had fixed this one. So the yellow kind of ruins the white lettering. So we have Dancing Egg, Jury, Luther Whitney, Month, Gauguin, Laundry, and Inch. So again, those 8 make 2 more categories if they've got everything right on the other 8. See, Bubbles is staring at me because she doesn't know this either.
No. I think they have a set wrong.
All right, which set do you think is wrong?
The second set.
You think the second set is wrong. All right, Mr. Hibiki, Bubbles says she thinks you got your set wrong.
Gage Luther Whitney Jury Laundry.
All right, so we have Gauguin, Luther Whitney, Jury, and Laundry. Now, my question is, what's the category for those 4? What do you think the category for those 4?
I was just guessing lab.
Oh, that's fine. That's part of the idea. You got to think inside and outside the box to solve the wall. I will tell you guys that right now.
For me, I would say remove Jury and Laundry and put Revere and Walker, and that would put painters or artisans.
All right, did you hear that? Say that again.
I was thinking artisans with Revere, Gauguin, Luther Whitney, and Walker.
All right, so we have.
And I don't know the answer.
She doesn't know. She's never seen this board before.
Yeah.
So right now you got a toss up between Luther Whitney, Jury, Gauguin, Laundry, and Revere, Gauguin, Walker, and Whitney. And again, there are words that will go into multiple categories. There will be some obscure words on these. There will be some normal ones. But I promise you that there is only one combination where all 16 words will come off the board.
Actually, Egg, Jury, Dozen, and Inch are 12.
All right, you heard her. She's making a change. She's going with Egg, Jury, Dozen, and Inch. Like I said, she's never seen this, so she's playing along right there with the rest of you guys.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, 2 ideas of categories are right, but there's at least 1 word wrong in both categories. All right, so we only have 3 reds, so we're going to reset the reds. Because if you call one color out, we're changing it, and then we're going to wipe out the wrong set.
Switch out Egg for month, because there's 12 months in a year, but there's not for the 12.
So we're switching out Egg
For month. I think another possible grouping might be dirty, Because you have Dirty Dancing, Dirty Egg, Dirty Laundry. I just can't see the other dirty. Unless you want to go with Dirty Walker.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for 4 groups of 4 items. There are some items that will go in multiple groups, but it only belongs in one group. And then there are some items that will only fit in one group.
You have Dirty Dozen as well. So that...
Pay attention to what she's saying. So as you can see, you could fit dozen in Eastwood if you're using Eastwood. You could fit dozen in 12s if she's right with the 12s.
Could fit dozen in Dirty.
Yep, you could fit dozen in Dirty.
Just came to tell you that the meat's good.
Okay. She came down to tell me the meat's good and she's hooked. She's trying to solve the puzzle with you guys. But this is one of those where it's basically I can put the wall up, I can walk away, talk off camera, and let you guys try to puzzle it out.
Is anyone coming up with other things? I haven't heard other people say things.
Let's see. What did we have? Mr. Hibiki went with famous people. He went with the Walker, Hogan, Giamatti, Revere. HBK came up with Clint Eastwood. He had Harry Callahan,
Yeah.
Private Kelly, Preacher, and Dozen. David HBK had Gauguin, Luther, Whitney, Jury, and Laundry for Mob. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of possibilities. And we're going to let this run for probably a couple more minutes, because like I said, this is one of those where I want this, the pregame thing. I'm kind of using it as my dividing line between the show, so I can get in and clip it on the video YouTube, and then go with the game after that.
Dennison doesn't Harry Callahan Laundry.
Alright, HBK's making a change. We have Dancing, Dozen, Harry Callahan, and Laundry.
So what's the group?
He's going with the Dirty group.
Oh, okay.
You have Dirty Dancing, Dirty Dozen, Dirty Laundry, Dirty Harry.
Oh, okay.
She didn't know who Harry Callahan was.
Then we could actually... No, not Dirty Egg.
Oh, that means we got rid of one of the greens.
Yeah.
But this is one of those that you guys gotta think about, because again, a lot, as you've seen, we've already used Laundry 2 times. We had the Mob, and we've had Dirty. We've used Dozen 2 times now.
Yeah, you can have a Dirty Egg, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Then could change Dozen to Egg and then still have the 12.
Egg Jerry Long.
And we have Month, Egg. Oop, wrong color. Month, Egg, Jury, and Inch. I know where he's going on that thought process.
Oh, okay.
So the question is Private Kelly, Preacher, Hogan, and Giamatti a legitimate group? You're down to 4.
I'd switch Egg and Dozen.
Bubbles wants to switch Egg and Dozen.
Someone else want to agree?
I will tell you guys right now. Those two groups are 100% correct.
Ah.
So HBK, you outsmarted Bubbles. She was swearing up and down it was Dirty Egg. She was swearing up and down it was Dirty Egg.
Okay.
So my first thought, how is the egg still 12 or?
Yeah, 12 in a dozen.
Okay.
There are 12 eggs in a dozen, 12 months in a year,
Okay.
12 members on a jury, 12 inches in a foot.
Okay, so I'm still 12. It's just
You picked the wrong 12.
because egg looked singular and not. So my initial thought for 12 eggs was correct. It's just if to fit something else.
All right, we are at 7:30. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to reveal the last two groups. I will say, HBK, you nailed the category. You picked the wrong 4. When you picked Private Kelly,
It's not showing up?
here it goes.
Okay.
When you picked Private Kelly, Preacher, who else did you pick?
Pick Terry and
Oh, okay. So you got 2 out of the 4. Luther Whitney is the Clint Eastwood character from Absolute Power. He plays the thief. The Preacher is a character, and I can't remember because I had this written down and I lost my written notes. That's all the character's known as, Preacher. And the one other Clint Eastwood character is Hogan. So you had the right category. You just had the wrong 4. You had what Emery's had Tuesday while we were broadcasting. He had all 4 categories nailed. But he couldn't figure out which ones went in each category. And finally we had Giamatti, Walker, Gauguin, and Revere. We have Paul Revere, Paul Gauguin, Paul Walker, and Paul Giamatti. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you get 2 complete, I consider that a success. I really do. I have seen, when I've watched The Wall, I've seen it where they've gotten none right and where they've gotten 1 right. But again, this came off my favorite game. And if you were here with me from like 6:45 to 7 o'clock, you saw me actually working on the Only Connect game. But you only saw me working on the practice game. I am not showing the actual show. So that was our 4. We had Dirty Dancing, Dirty Laundry, Dirty Dozen, Dirty Harry. Things that come in 12s. We have 12 months in a year, 12 eggs in a dozen, 12 members on a jury, 12 inches in a foot. We had the Clint Eastwood characters of Luther Whitney, Preacher, Hogan, and Private Kelly. And finally, we finish off with famous Pauls. We had Paul Revere, Paul Gauguin, Paul Giamatti, and Paul Walker. Those are the famous Pauls. Okay, semi-famous Pauls, depending on how much of a Fast and Furious fan you are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the pregame. That's one of those games that I'm going to have up when I'm like doing my prep work and not talking and all that good stuff, so you guys can see. You have something on the screen to work on while we're waiting. So I am going to close out the pregame tonight. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is the old tried and true, the list. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for never blank. We are looking for words, phrases, titles, people, things, you name it, that start with the word never. So that's what they said. Bye, Bubbles. In addition, we still have the 4-letter word up. My grandma actually has been sitting down and trying to do these when I'm broadcasting. She doesn't talk much on air, but she is trying to do the 4-letter word one. She says it's her favorite part because it's been sitting there forever. Nope, Never Ever is not on there, HBK. Never Ever is not on the list. But yeah, like I said, while you guys are guessing, if you guys want to learn how to do the wall, when you go to YouTube, check out Only Connect. And Neverland is indeed on the list, HBK. Neverland is indeed on the list. If you guys want to see how to do the wall, and you want to see some of the ideas I got that I'm just borrowing, copying, pilfering, whatever you want to call it, for the Only Connect game, check out Only Connect on YouTube. Like I said, is probably my favorite game show of all time. Pointless is a close second. And I'm trying to find the game that was the statistics-based game. I've only ever seen it once, and I cannot remember the name of it now. I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be doable or not. It's going to be a good question whether or not I can pull that one off. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for Never Blank. No, I can't give you that one, HBK. That one I cannot give you. And for those of you that didn't catch the broadcast on Tuesday, and again, it's a good thing, I got an extra prize that's going into the pot, so to speak, for those 3 days. We have the Edo strategy game. There we go. That one I can give you. 6. Never Ending Story is indeed up there. But what I'm going to do... Damn it, I did it again. This is the problem. I need like about 5 more inches of space, and I don't have it. What I am going to do, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, depending on how things go at the toy show, there will be four major prizes available. And what it will be is we'll be doing, hopefully, a short game for a minor prize, and then a big game for the major prize. If you win Tuesday, that's the 22nd, if I have my dates right, I haven't looked, you get first choice of what's in the major prize pile. When you win if you win game 2, you will get a choice of what's left. Game 3, you'll have 2 prizes to choose from. So basically, one of the 4 prizes will go back into the pile, the collection. The minor games, if I get to the minor games, will be little odds and ends prizes. Stuff I've got that hasn't gone out yet, that's not been awarded to anybody. We'll see what happens with that. But right now, we've got 3 major prizes lined up. And so that means I've got to get 1 more. So I only really have to pick up one more prize Saturday. We got the Serenity Yahtzee game.
Nevertheless.
Very nicely done, HBK. Indeed, Nevertheless is up there. We've got the Cyborg statue, or plastic statue, the Justice League set from Art Effects. Yeah, Art FX. And you are indeed correct. Nevermore is up there. And then we have the Edo board game, or strategy game. So that's 3 of the 4 major prizes that are going to be available the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So basically, I'm bringing you guys Christmas in a way. Now, per market value, I don't know how much it is in real life. You are looking in just those 3 items at $120 worth of prizes. Correct money, never say never, is indeed up there. And if I manage to pick up the one that I want to give away, that's...
What's in facing thing?
Oh, what's the good word, money? Like I said, I move things back because, like I said, I'm tired of missing your show. It's like I get done at... I started at about the same time you were starting on Tuesdays. And mine just kept running longer and longer and longer. And I'm like, okay, I'm missing some of my favorite broadcasters. I'm missing some of the fun. I'm missing the prank calls. I'm missing the joking around with you and the crew. What else was I missing? I was missing Ron. I'm still catching AD. I'm missing Becca. I'm missing the WCIS guys. And it was like, I've been trying to figure out why I've not been in my best mood doing the broadcast. I mean, I'm sure it's been noticeable at times, and then at times I try to fake it the whole way through. As you've noticed tonight, I've actually been talking more, feeling better, enjoying it a lot more than I had been. It wasn't burnout. It was just the fact that I was sitting there with, and I'm trying not to insult anybody when I say this, so don't take it the wrong way, but I was sitting there with like 3 or 4 people, and I'm already running on low energy from the night. So I figured move everything back to 7, and I will have a lot more energy to go with for the entire 1 to 2 hours, depending on how long the list runs or how long a single game runs. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm going to go to the toy store, and like I said, for just those 3 prizes alone, you're looking at $175 in prizes, I think. Wait, let's see.
LTP hardest working streamer hands down. Never far away.
Nope, Never Played is not there, and Never Far Away is not there. I just lost track. Yeah, like $150. It's $150 of stuff there. If I pick up the prize I want to pick up to give away, that will put that value of those 4 prizes at $210, give or take. I haven't even looked up on eBay to see what because I know what I'm aiming for getting for you guys for those 3 days. So again, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we will be doing a Christmassy. There won't be any Christmas topics that I know of. If there are, I haven't even had time to work on any in that regards. But it's basically I'll be giving somebody presents. 7 o'clock the 22nd, 7 o'clock the 23rd, 7 o'clock the 24th. And then I go pick up Bubbles from the airport on the morning of the 25th. Because she is going to Florida to go see her family. Because originally she was going to stay like longer. And she looked at the prices from if she left on Christmas to come back or she left after Christmas. And she decided it's better for the budget if she comes back on Christmas.
Never too late.
No. Never Too Late is not there, and Never Fail is not there. Oh, you better not be giving me work to do. You already got me once. But yeah, one of the things I'm going to do, like I said, is either I'm going to put Office on the house PC, which is my plan. Oh, okay. Why am I getting ads on my work email? I hate that. You sign one website for work-related stuff, and you get slammed with junk. Ugh. I hate that. And I got stuff I'm getting that I have no idea where I'm getting it from because it's not related to my job title. People asking me about network security and Cisco administration and ads for this and ads for that. And it's like, ah. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we will be awarding one big prize a night guaranteed. If time allows, we'll be doing smaller prizes as well, but I still have to work those 3 days. Well, 24th I don't have to work, so there's no telling what I'm going to do on the 24th. Like I said, because I do know I have to pick up Bubbles from the airport the morning of the 25th.
Never know. Never work, LOL.
No, I like work. I like getting paychecks. I definitely like getting paychecks, so I will never be a never work. And I think I need another glass of wine. See, that's the other good thing. When I'm starting earlier, because you guys know I drink online when I'm broadcasting.
Never look back.
If I run late and I start drinking, I'm never going to wake up in the morning to go to work. Oh, see, now I just remembered one I wanted to put up here. Ah! Nope, Never Look Back is not one of them. That's a good one, but it is not one of them. But tonight we're doing one word one and one topic theme one. That is my goal. Because I knew the never one was going to be fairly easy. Because I decided to pass on the really hard one that I was going to do. Because I will be honest, if I put the hard one up,
Never drink alone.
I don't know, sometimes that's the best time. No, Julie doesn't drink, so I have to do the drinking alone. At least in the house. If I'm out on the town, I'm probably the closest one to the designated driver.
Hey guys.
Hey, Emery's, what's up, my man? You missed the wall tonight, Kimosabi. You're gonna have to go back and watch it on the recording. Oh, I know what else I had learned. I am very, 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 and I use the word very in big, capital, gigantic letters, upset at YouTube. As you guys know, even though I didn't do it tonight because I let you guys see an example of what it takes for me to do a full test on a game, I came to find out I've been getting hit with, your video is blocked in Germany.
Never mind.
Never mind is indeed up there, Emery's. Nope, Never Back Down is not one of them. And I think I think Emery's was on when I mentioned this Tuesday. As you guys know, I do game show themes for the intro musics as much as I can. Come to find out, the guys that wrote the intro music to Joker's Wild have a copyright on their music. Well, I don't monetize my video, so I had no problem with that. Until I looked at, your video is blocked in a country.
Never judge it.
And I'm like, what? Come to find out, the Joker's Wild theme song is blocked in Deutschland. If you have that in your video is not getting played in Deutschland. Funny thing is, there's another one that said it was blocked in Indonesia.
Never winter. Never the bride.
And it wouldn't tell me which song was blocked. So it was like, I am totally lost on that one. Nope, Never Winter, Never Lose, Never Judge, and Never the Bride are not there.
Never Again.
Very nicely done, Money. Never Again is indeed on the list. So I don't know how they do the blockages, but it's like it kind of ticked me off because I know.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, Emery's got the one I thought was going to be the hard one. Emery's got the one I thought was going to be a hard one. I tried not to make it a dull moment ever. Oh, by the way, if you guys get a chance, make sure you go watch Heroes when he's streaming. That's what I was doing yesterday. I was sitting down here, and normally... Oh, that's a good one, but that's not there. Normally, when I'm working on the games, I will have Live from PlayStation up, or I will have that video channel up on the TV video screen. It's probably my new favorite app on the PSN system. It is probably my newest favorite app because you basically pick any category and it's basically MTV without the commercials. I think I hit like one commercial. So I'm sitting there watching like 80s #1 songs for like all night. Well, so I've been alternating between that, Popcorn Flicks, and Live from PlayStation.
Ozzy had a dull moment and I said no rock. Never seen the light of day.
Ozzy has a dull moment. Ozzy can't have a dull moment. So anyway, I'm watching Heroes yesterday after I get home from the office, and he's putting together a Star Wars Lego collection.
Hey HBK. In banned in Indonesia LOL, I don't wanna to get it LOL, so you probably got banned by association LOL.
That's possible, Turtle. You never know. And he's putting together a Lego, and I'm trying to remember if it's the Lego TIE Fighter, I think. And he's been broadcasting for like 2 hours before I even get on. And he's put together nothing more than like the little cockpit. It's like about this big and about that wide. In 2 hours, that's all he got done. And he basically admits he wants to talk on the comments because he's never streamed before. Which I'm not sure is true or not, but he says it. He said it yesterday. So it's like, we have decided, or at least a few of us that were on the chat, Money was in there at one point. I know Money was in there. We're going to make, hopefully, we're going to try, if he starts streaming his put together, we're going to try to make him take a month to put together that TIE Fighter. That's my goal. I plan on dropping it on Heroes whenever he's streaming and putting together this Lego TIE Fighter, just to bug him for the fun of it. All in good fun, just so it'll take him a month to put together a Lego set designed for 14-year-olds. Heroes, if you're watching, it's all meant in good fun, I promise, but it was absolutely hilarious. Vinny was in there, Money was in there, I was in there, Average was in there, I think AD, Angelic Devil was in there.
Never trouble till trouble you. Never give up.
But it was funny. It was funny because he's starting to put pieces together, and then somebody would say something, and he'd start talking, and you could see him put the piece down, and he'd forget about it, and then we quit for a minute, and then he'd go back, and he's looking specifically for the one piece that he had put down.
Never.
Oh, I wish I had thought of that one. That was the one I had in my head just then a little while ago that I said I wish I had put on there. Never Eat the Yellow Snow was the one I was over by the fridge, and I'm like, oh, did I please put that on the list? And I did not put it on this list. So yeah, if you guys get a chance and Heroes is streaming, and he's trying to put together the Lego set, this goes double for you money, because like I said, I know you were in there. We got to keep him preoccupied so it takes him forever to put the set together. Because he said on stream, with all the comments, he thinks he'd get it done in 5 days. And I got to thinking, and I'm thinking, I can make him delay it, procrastinate it, put it off for a month if I really tried. If I really tried, I think I could make it last a month. And I thought about doing it. I really did. But then Vinny said something about losing pieces and all that. Oh, that was the other thing with Heroes Stream.
Never surrender. Never die.
Nope, those are not what we're looking for. Heroes, if you happen to drop in and watch, or if you happen to catch the archive, I know you were like, I have spare pieces. I got news for you. If you got spare pieces in a Lego set, you might have done something wrong in the build. That's all I'm going to say. I have never had a Lego set ever since I was... Oh, I can't do it on camera. Ever since I was this little high, I have never had a Lego set with a predefined shape that had extra Legos. Never. That's why I never actually finished them, because I'd always lose one piece. So yeah, you may want to go back and check your cockpit. That's all I'm going to say. There's just a suggestion from one guy that makes models to another. Of course, my models are all model train stuff that I still haven't put together. Like, what do I have over here that I have not put together? I have to finish. Like I said, I got to actually finish this. It's been sitting on my shelf, waiting to have the roof put on and everything for like 5 months now. I am definitely procrastinating. Plus, I'm not that good of a painter, so it's like if I ever finish it, then I realize I gotta paint it. And my paint jobs always stink to high hell. Because I've got one up there somewhere, and I sit there and I look at it, it's like, I gotta repaint this. And then it's like, if I have to repaint it, then I gotta do everything all over on it, and then I'm gonna screw something else up on it, and so on and so forth. But Bubbles, if you're watching, you know it's like, these are the only things I really want for odds and ends, is these and model train stuffs. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Everything else is a bonus. I know I told you clothes and shirts. See, I didn't think of putting any Star Wars stuff in. I wish I had thought of putting that one in. Yeah, that would have been a good one. Oh, and I'll take video games, obviously. So if you're watching, you know those are the 3 things on my list. Which reminds me, I don't know if you're watching, Bubbles. Did the Amazon packages come in? I gotta ask her. I will be listening, but I will be right back. Did your Amazon packages come in today?
Never surrender.
So sorry about that. I had to make sure because I get the email when packages are due in through Amazon. And I forgot to ask her if they did come in because they send the email saying packages are due in on a certain date and I'm not here. And with Bubbles laid up, I never know if the UPS guys are going to actually drop it. That's the one. There you go, money. That's the one I should have put on here. Never going to give up. Never going to let you go. I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, we did never give up. What's the Rickroll song? And it was like, I cannot believe I did not put that one on this list.
It's also LOL.
No. I only give out collectibles. I don't do the give out video games. That's why I have never done a PSN giveaway. I know somebody kept asking me, well, when are you going to do a PSN giveaway? And it's like, it's never going to happen. Gift cards are never going to happen. PSN cards are never going to happen.
Never forget it.
It's going to be physical prizes every time. I know what else I was going to do. I'm going to work on the new logo for the shirt. I sent some out. I have not heard back from Cork or Miami if they got them or if they like them. I had to make a change from them because I got rid of the Ustream part, obviously. But I am taking ideas for logos for the video or for the t-shirts. So if you guys have an idea that you think will work, and you send me a PSN message and I do it, I may give you one. On one condition. When you get it, you get on Instagram and you show it off. Yeah. I know, we're getting close. We are getting close to the deadline for this one. And then once we get past the deadline on this one, we will pull up list number 2. I don't even remember which one I was going to use. Because I have one that
I tried so hard.
Yeah, you did. You tried real hard on the wall. Emery's would have been impressed with your guesses on the wall, HBK. I will say that. Trying to figure out which one I want to do next. I got some topical ones that I want to do, including one I've been holding off forever. All right, we're gonna go. Let's see. We got to 7. We started this. It's about 7:30ish. So we got about another 11 minutes for the last one. If it doesn't come up. If it comes up, then we don't have to worry about the full 11 minutes.
Never enough.
There we go. Number 10 has come off the list. It was indeed never enough. So we have completed list number 1 for the night. We have never say never, never again, never enough, never Neverland, never give up, never ending story. Never mind, nevermore, nevertheless, and never a dull moment. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a themed puzzle here. As soon as I pick one I like. Really, because of this one I don't like, but I have it. We're going to get rid of one of the But for our second list of the night, before we wrap things up, we're going to give it a second to come up. Again, this one is a themed one. And I honestly think it's real easy because there weren't that many things I could come up with that fit the topic. Like I said, that's why I gave up on Ustream. I gave up on Ustream the day I'm sitting there doing a time game. I think it's the weakest link game. And it's basically with the weakest link, it has to be X number of minutes in a round. And somebody said basically in that 4-minute period, they hit 7 ads. Or no, 4 minutes, 30-second ad. They said out of that 4-minute period, they hit 4 ads. At that point, I said as soon as YouTube and Sony get to their agreement, even their agreement together, I was making the jump.
Lawyer. Jury.
Lawyer and jury are not the two we are looking for. Because when I first made the jump, I basically cut Ustream off. It was I'm not doing the gradual thing.
Bible.
I'm not doing the build to it. I was irate at Ustream when somebody had told me that. It was like a 4-minute window and they had 4 sets of commercials. And Nerdy suggested doing it gradually, and I'm like, somebody's got to be the guinea pig. I'm making the jump to YouTube.
Never going back to a stream, LOL. Security guard.
Oh, I see. Bailiff? So it was basically, I considered myself the guinea pig. Nobody noticed. The only bad thing was, like I said, when I made the jump, the viewer number was like 2 for nearly the first entire 3 weeks. Because Kimber was a regular, Emery's was a regular when I made the jump. Thug, who apparently got mad at me for something, I don't know what I said.
Later.
I supposedly ticked him off.
CC camera.
And he disappeared. I don't know, like I said, because he wouldn't tell me what I supposedly said that made him irate. And he said he was done with me. And I'm like, okay, I mean, there's not much I can do. You got to be more specific than people. People is just way too vague. And... but like I said, as you guys can see, I have been talking and literally talking throughout the entire broadcast. And we started at 6:40. I have no idea what the timer is on.
Blind justice.
I'm trying to decide whether or not to give you that one, HBK. I am trying to decide whether or not to give you that one.
Witness stand. Bench.
I tell you, if you can come up with another word for defendant, we'll see. I will tell you guys there is a synonym for defendant in here. I got to think about that one. That one's...
High safety. Bar and well.
Hey, Eddie, what's up, my man? See, the funny thing is I'm getting a lot of synonyms for a couple of these. I am getting a lot of synonyms for a couple of these.
Jury box.
There we go. I saw jury. I was waiting for a jury box. That was the one I was waiting for. I saw jury come up twice, I think. But yeah, like I said, I think I know what I said, but it was disappointing because Thug basically was one of my regulars. And like I said, I made the jump to YouTube, and I think my record for viewers is 13 at any given episode. I think that's at my actual peak record. Whiskey in the drawer. So we know what the judges are doing, don't we? But it's like, it's one of those things where it's a bug in the software, and I understand that there's a bug in the software. Because like right now it says that there were 5 people on the channel, but the peak concurrent, well, actually the peak concurrent just went to 5. Wow. But we were in one day, and it said there were 12 people on the chat line. And I don't remember who came in, and he said basically subtract 8 from whatever number that is. Which kind of confused me. And he said, yeah, subtract 8, you'll get an approximate guess on how many people you actually have on through the PSN network.
Witness. Jailer.
There we go. I see a witness on the board. So we are halfway through in less than 8 minutes. Very nicely done. But like I said, this is probably one of the... Because there weren't that many options. Although you guys have come up with some more options than I would have thought of. You guys have come up with some more options than I actually thought of. Because I think there's one on here that may not be gotten. We'll see what happens. And there, like I said, there was one I saw definitions for. No, we're talking about real courtroom. We're not talking about fictional ones. Because I actually want to do a list of TV detectives. I really do. Because then Matlock counts, Ironside counts, and so on and so forth. And then I got to thinking, it's like...
Murder. Judge's bench.
Then I got to thinking, because I have one list that I haven't used yet, and it was going to be the theme one I used tonight, where it's different if you play if you're on the British side of the ocean watching versus if you're on the American side of the ocean watching. So you kind of, somebody would be getting left out if I did TV detective, unless I just basically did cross reference. Because if I did TV detective and I didn't include Inspector Morse, for instance, the Brits would let me have it. Where if I did an all British one, the Americans would think, "What are you doing?" But yeah, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are dropping in late, we have already gotten through half of the show, minimum. It just depends on how long this list takes to resolve, and how much time we have left. Whether or not I'm going to do a test episode, I haven't decided yet. My plan originally was Tuesday to do the pre-show and a test of the Russian roulette game. Depending on how long this second list takes, I may still do that because it's still only 8:15 my time, Central Time. It will. Interpreter. Nope, that's a good one. That's a good one. I thought about that one and I passed on the interpreter. Because, like I said, it's the one reason I wanted to move it back to 7. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, normally we started at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Chairs.
But the games took 2 hours, give or take. And not to mention, I'm like on the downhill on the energy level. Although I hope, again, nobody could tell. And we were only getting like 2 players guessing the entire show. 2, maybe 3. So I figure I'm going to move it back to 7. Hey, believe it or not, when I was in high school, somebody said I looked exactly like Harry T. Stone. Not anymore, of course, because I'm getting older and more wrinkles and all that good stuff. But they said I basically looked like Harry Anderson when I was like 15 or 16. And some people say I still do. I don't agree with that. Obviously not. Let's see. Harry Stone, Bull. Marky Post was... Oh, I can't think of her name now. And there was John Lorquette, Bull, Ernie Hudson was in there. Who else was in there? Of course, my favorite were some of the criminals. But yeah, like I said, my goal is, like I said, move back to 7. I'm more awake. The viewers are more awake. So there'll be more participation. And hopefully that will help get participants on the closed games. Because the funny thing was, what was I just going to say?
Jail cell.
I forget. Now I lost my train of thought. It'll come to me. Yes, I do that on occasion on air. Like I said, I still haven't uncovered the defendant one because I'm going to wait to see if the synonym comes up. Yeah, Christine Sullivan, that's the one. Let's see, who else was in there? There was Harry, the janitor. Was it Ernie Hudson was the bailiff, or was it somebody else? No, it wasn't Ernie Hudson. It's the guy that played on Matlock.
Gallery seats.
Nope, gallery seats is not there. Like I say, I've seen a couple of synonyms for 1, 2. I haven't seen that one yet. And I haven't seen it. I've seen synonyms for 2 of them. But it's amazing how far everybody except for the bailiff got. What was her name? Not Bull. The other one.
Flag.
Oh, I'm gonna get. Wow. I didn't. HBK. If I were doing prizes, I think that one would have been the big one. I did not think anybody was going to pull a flag off of that one. That one I honestly did not think was going to get solved. That was my mystery one.
Rose.
Yeah, Rose. What was the actress's name? God, I can't think of the actress's name. She's like the only one that didn't do anything after Night Court. I'm going to give you some major props for that one, HBK, because that one I did not think anybody was going to come up with. Alright, we're going to go another 10 minutes on this one. And then, like I said, we're going to do test night. Since Tuesday got hosed, it's the way it goes. Like I said, active God, active wife, or active work. One of those three. Those are about the only three things that are going to keep me from broadcasting. And like I said, we got hit with active work.
Water. Doors.
Nope. Neither of those are there. I will tell you the two synonyms are still up here. And one that I'm surprised has not come up. I really am surprised that one of them have not come up. The other one's kind of like, okay, I could see this one lasting for a while.
Judge's room. Microphone.
Nope, neither of those are there. And I'm going for some more wine. I gotta go pick up some more because I think I'm down to like 2 bottles.
Windows.
I think I'm down to maybe 3 bottles. It's like I've given up on store-bought beer. Like I gotta make some beer this weekend. That's what I might be doing. I might start making my beer batch this weekend. Make some caramel chocolate, I think.
Pencil.
Alright, we're going to do 6 more minutes on this one. And then I'm going to look for volunteers for the closed game. And again, this will be a test game, just to let you know. I'm looking for 4 volunteers when we get to the test game. It's a good synonym, it's not the synonym I'm looking for. It's a good synonym, but it's definitely not the one I'm looking for.
Suits. Cotto Catland.
Alright, we're down to 5 minutes. 5 minutes on this one. Just because I feel like being goofy at the moment. Yeah, Marsha Warfield, that was her name. She's the only one that, in my opinion, didn't do anything after Ninth Court. She's the one whose career just kind of stagnated. I couldn't think of her name until somebody said it, and it's like, oh yeah, that was her. But she's like probably the only one I think that stagnated. Everybody else did something, even though some did more than others. And probably the most successful of the bunch was, of course, John Larroquette. Speaking of which, I think The Librarians is on my DVR. So I may watch that tonight before I go to bed. I don't know. Don't know 100% yet whether or not I will or won't. Plus I got food waiting upstairs because Bubbles says the meat is good and ready.
We have to run, bro. We'll watch our time.
Alright, Money. Like I said, with the new time, I'm going to actually be able to watch yours more often now. And watch Ron more often. And watch Nikki more often. And whoever else in WCIS. And Slime After Hours. And who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody that I normally watch. But like I said, the one thing I noticed is there's more participation when I moved it back to 7. So hopefully this will become a permanent thing with the 7 o'clock start time. And just so you know, Emery's, every time I say a time, it's Central Time. Just to let you know. Alright, we are down to 3 minutes on this one. We're down to 3 minutes. And then I'm looking for 4 volunteers, hopefully. Looking for 4 volunteers, I hope. If I don't get 4, no test.
Handcuffs. Council.
Nope, neither of those are there. And what I still have to do is I have to get the one-on-one game going.
I think she did a talk show, but who didn't? 39 TD90 SLOL.
That's true. Who didn't in the 90s? If you were on TV at some point, you probably had a talk show. Now, whether or not you were good or bad was another totally different question. Of course, the funny thing was, who was I watching? I was reading a throwback article about Sally Jesse Raphael, I think. And it was like, they were like propping her up and all this, and I'm like, really? The only thing she had going for her was her glasses. Every other part of her show, boring. Of course, I say that about pretty much every talk show ever made. It's the only reason I haven't done a TV talk show list. I've thought about doing one, just haven't done it. Although that one might be a good one, because there might be a few of them. I'm trying to remember if I've done a talk show list. Let's see. Have I done a talk show list? Oh, I'm not going to be able to know, because those ones don't have... Those don't have topics listed on them. I would actually have to go in and look and see.
Sharon.
Nope, those are not there, HBK. Oh, come on, Mark. Get your YouTube PC screen caught up. Alright, we're going to do one more minute. One more minute. And then we're going to see if we got 4 participants on the channel. If I got 4 participants on the channel, we're going to run a test of the Russian roulette game. If I don't have 4 participants, we're going to wrap things up with the list and just go from there. Now again, when we get to the 22nd through 24th, it will be basically if you win a major prize on one of those 3 days, that's it. You can play along, but it's basically I want to make sure multiple people have a chance to claim prizes. So if it means we end up doing a one-on-one game somewhere along the way, so be it. Alright, we get the 1 minute mark. So that is it for this list. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap the list up. And we're going to reveal the last 4 answers. And like I said, I had 2 synonyms up there that never came across.
A lot of people sitting in or standing.
HBK originally gave me defendant. And I gave serious consideration to giving him that one. But at the end, I was kind of preferring the different word. So I kind of passed on it. But number 10 on the list
People breathing LOL.
was suspect. I probably could have given you detective, but I went with suspect. That one was kind of the toss-up. The other one that came up that we had a synonym for, somebody had mentioned clerk, and there was another similar one, but nobody mentioned the stenographer. the little mini typing machine person, which I've never understood how that works. You gotta have some serious skills to be able to use the stenograph machine in a courtroom. The two that did not get chosen, and I will admit, one of them surprised me. One of them I really thought was going to get chosen at some point. Number 6 on the list was evidence. I never saw or heard the word evidence come across. That's the one I really thought somebody was going to get. Considering HBK got flagged. And number 8 on the list was one that wasn't, I don't remember seeing or hearing anything close to it. I saw a court interpreter. I don't see, like I said, I'm not seeing anything close to a reporter. They always have a reporter in the courtroom taking notes for the local newspapers and such. So these were the 10 things we had on our list that were in a courtroom. We had the witness, stenographer, gavel, flag, jury box, evidence, bailiff, even though I misspelled that, I think, reporter, no, I didn't misspell it. I'm not getting any warning flags, judge, and suspect. Those were the 10 things we were looking for that are in a courtroom. And like I said, we had defendant come up, and I was kind of wishy-washy on whether or not to give you that one, HBK, but I kind of passed on it. And we had clerk come up, but we never had stenographer come up. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the list for tonight. And with that, give me 1 minute while I move some files to my used board list. All right, and what we're going to do is I am looking for 4 volunteers. If I don't get 4 volunteers, we're going to... Now, I didn't forget sketch artist. I was going to put sketch artist in there. But I figured with stenographer in there, sketch artist was going to be kind of like enough. And HBK, don't say anything for the moment, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the wall that we used today for the late arrivals. So HBK, don't say too much right now, because you've already seen this wall. And while I'm waiting for the 4 participants, hopefully 4 participants. So again, if you're interested, please speak up for the Russian roulette game. So again, I'm looking for hopefully 4 participants for the Russian roulette game. And if I don't get 4, we're going to wrap things up tonight. And while we're waiting to wrap things up, I'm just going to throw the wall back up there for everybody that was late arrivals. So again, we're looking for 4 interested participants for the Russian roulette game. Like I said, if we don't get 4, we'll wrap things up. And we will call it a night tonight at an hour and... Well, actually, I think we're over 2 hours now. Or no, we're right at 2 hours, because I think I started at 6:45. So again, We're pulling the wall up for those of you that were late arrivals and weren't here when we started the show. If you had gotten here with the early broadcast, you would have actually seen me testing a pre-screen for the Only Connect game, which is actually part of where the wall came from. Actually, it's where the wall came from. What I'm going to do is, I think I got enough actual games. I got one other one I want to try, but it's one of those where I got to have a huge number of participants on the channel. So it's one of those games I may never actually even get to use, because it's basically called Number One. That's the actual name of the show. And you go through, and basically 10 people qualify. Fastest person to answer a question, first question is number 1, second fastest is 2. If you get the question wrong, you start at number 10, 9, 8, 7, so on and so forth. And then you answer questions, and doing so, you move up or down the scale. You can move up like 1 position, 2 positions, 3 positions, or you can jump all the way to number 1. And at a certain point, the 2 lowest players compete in a 1-question face-off. The person that gets it stays in the game. The person that misses it is out of the game for good. And it's like a very interesting way to do a basic quiz show. It was one of those where I think they did it that way to save money. Because for those of you that don't know, BBC Channel 4, I think it was basically in financial straits. Total straits. And what they did was basically, they did 2 game shows, I think, at the time. One was called Number One, which had a little bit of graphics and electronics and stuff. And then they did a game called 100%. And the 100% game was basically, they gave you 10 questions in a category, and the only thing during the entire show they show you are the 3 contestants standing by their podiums side by side. Don't ask me how this actually lasted. I have no clue. But it's basically, it was like A, B, or C. And the person that had the highest percentage of the 100 questions right won the game. But it's one of those where I made fun. I make fun of British game shows because of their lousy payoffs. This had to be the worst. You literally had to stand there and press A, B, or C for 100 questions. And if you answered more right than your opponent at the end of 100 questions, you won 250 pounds, I think. And that's the entire show. There was no gimmick, no fun to it. It was just boring television. So again, folks, I am looking for 4 participants. If we can get 4, we're going to do a test run of Russian roulette. Like I said, I don't normally do test runs on Thursdays. Thursdays, I usually leave strictly to the list. But as Tuesday kind of got hosed, I figured we're just going to see what happens. The other thing that I may do is I may bring the comments back on screen. I haven't decided on that yet. Because again, I like the fact that the game is front and center and not the comments. But sometimes I think it helps when people see that there are other people on there chatting. So I may bring those back in the very near future. The one thing I have to figure out is if I bring that back, what gets chopped off on the video screen. I haven't tested it. So again, if you are interested in the Russian roulette game, speak up. And for those of you that are noticing, we have the wall and we have the 4-letter word. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same 4-letter word that has been sitting over there for ages. For ages. Alright, so that's one. We're waiting to see if there are others. Because one of the things that's going to happen is, obviously, the games are going to be decided by how many people are on the channel. Although I'm thinking as we're getting close to 8:45, we may not be doing this. But like I said, I'm hoping we move it back to 7 o'clock. The numbers build up a little better, and we get to those bigger games to do. At least that's what I'm hoping. And like I said, I have really missed watching a few shows throughout the week. Like I said, I haven't watched a WCIS episode in God knows how long. I think after they went on hiatus and then came back, I think I've seen one episode because of my time schedule. And like I said, I haven't watched a Moneymaker episode in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I haven't watched a Rant. I've watched parts of Rant. Over the past few weeks. I haven't watched Becca but like once. AD, I haven't even been on when she's on lately. As the only two regular streamers I've been able to keep up with were Nerdy and Nikki, and that's been pretty much it. That's how bad my time clock is screwed up. And my freaking Instagram is a mess right now. I cannot get the damn thing to refresh. I don't know why. It's driving me nuts. It's like the last Instagram on my account that I can see on my phone is from Monday. Because I got a bunch of middle finger Monday pictures, and then that's all I'm seeing. So I really hate my phone system. I hate it. Alright, it's 8:45. Which means we're not going to have time to do the Russian roulette test. So we are going to wrap things up here tonight. We have been on for 2 hours tonight, so it's going to be kind of short. 2 hours I can live with, but that's semi-normal for the list nights. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up on that and get back on the camera to give you the goodbye words. As you guys know, or as I've been trying to tell and trying everything I can to get people in, which has been tough lately, the 22nd, the 23rd, 24th, we will be doing a big prize giveaway. And basically, again, what it will be is because Bubbles won't be here, so you guys will have my full attention. We're going to have 4 major prizes available. And what it will be is on the 22nd, we will run a game show. You will then have your choice of the 4 prizes. That prize will be taken out of the prize pile. And then on the 23rd, we'll run another game show. And those 3 prizes that are left, you'll have your choice of. And then the 24th, it'll be the same thing. If the big shows don't take a lot of time, I will probably do a minor giveaway in the process. Because I've still got lots of little prizes in there. I got some decent little prizes still left, which is the surprising part. I got the Star Wars glasses. I got a couple of the board games. I think the Yoda, the Speaking Yoda plushie is still in there. So we got quite a few good things still left. Plus, I think I can feel my voice going. It's a good thing. Then I'm probably wrapping it up. But we will be back on Saturday we'll pick up on and have the stuff out Saturday night. It's the list Thursday. Saturday, hopefully we'll get a few more people on. We'll see what happens. But with that, I'm going to use a quote from a comedian I love to listen to. It's probably one of the only CDs I have in the car of a comedian. If you've got a hangover that your body's way calling you, you shouldn't have stopped drinking. Wish you guys a good night, and we will see you guys on Saturday. So until then, ladies and gentlemen. Well, hopefully.
Next is each other.